Rowan Sebastian Atkinson was born on January 6, 1955, in Consett County, Durham, England, as the youngest of 4 sons. Growing up in a quiet household surrounded by open fields and a strong sense of discipline, Rowan's childhood was shaped by both stability and expectation. His parents encouraged education, diligence, and curiosity, instilling values that would stay with him throughout his life. While his early years were ordinary in many ways, Rowan carried a rich inner world, observing life with a quiet intensity. He experienced moments of reflection and solitude, which would later inform his ability to convey humor through subtle expressions and timing, rather than words. A child, learning to navigate the world. From a young age, Rowan showed signs of deep awareness, noticing patterns in the world around him and thinking analytically about everything he encountered. While he enjoyed reading and exploring, he also faced personal challenges, particularly in communicating verbally. He developed a stutter, which made speaking sometimes difficult, yet it never dampened his curiosity or desire to participate. School became a place where he learned to observe human behavior closely, noting the interactions and expressions of classmates and teachers alike. These early experiences contributed to his acute understanding of timing, expression, and subtlety, tools he would later master on stage. Finding comfort in observation. Rowan's early childhood was marked by an innate sense of observation. He noticed the details of daily life, the way people moved, spoke, and reacted. These observations quietly shaped his imagination, giving him a rich toolkit for comedy. Instead of relying solely on words, he found that gestures, facial expressions, and timing could convey meaning more effectively than speech. Even at a young age, Rowan experimented with mimicry, play acting, and imagining alternative scenarios, exercises that would later become central to his performances. His sensitivity to the world around him made him attuned to nuance, a trait that would define his career as a performer. Developing early interests. Rowan's interests in mathematics, science, and engineering emerged alongside his imaginative tendencies. He enjoyed problem-solving and the logic of how things worked, spending time with experiments and mechanical puzzles. These early inclinations reflected a disciplined mind capable of focus, patience, and precision. At the same time, his creative imagination flourished, forming a balance between analytical thinking and artistic exploration. This combination would become a defining characteristic of his approach to performance: meticulous, precise, and inventive, yet deeply rooted in observation and human experience. Education and academic success. Rowan excelled academically throughout his school years. He demonstrated particular strength in mathematics and the sciences, earning praise for his intellect and work ethic. These achievements were a source of confidence, providing a framework within which he could thrive. Later, he pursued higher education at Newcastle University, studying electrical and electronic engineering and graduating in 1975. While his academic path seemed to point toward a conventional career, Rowan's interest in performance never waned. In fact, the analytical skills and discipline he developed through his studies would later enhance his meticulous approach to comedy. A turn toward performance at Oxford. After Newcastle, Rowan continued his studies at the Queen's College, Oxford, working toward a master's degree and briefly engaging in doctoral research. Oxford offered not only rigorous academics, but also a vibrant cultural life. It was here that Rowan joined the Drama Society and a student review group, finding a space where his creativity could flourish alongside his intellect. On stage, he discovered a remarkable transformation. Performing allowed him to express himself fully, with a focus and presence that liberated him from hesitation. His quiet observation, combined with an instinctive sense of timing, drew attention from peers and mentors alike. Collaboration and early mentorship. During his time at Oxford, Rowan formed meaningful connections that would influence his future career. Among these was the partnership with writer Richard Curtis, a collaboration that proved pivotal. Together they explored ideas for sketches and performances, blending wit, character, and physicality. The supportive environment of Oxford allowed Rowan to refine his approach, experimenting with physical comedy and timing without the pressure of public scrutiny. These early experiences reinforced a core truth. Performance could be a source of freedom, a way to communicate and connect beyond conventional language. Discovering physical comedy. What distinguished Rowan from many of his contemporaries was his natural aptitude for physical comedy. Inspired by performers such as Buster Keaton and Jacques Tati, he explored the power of movement, gesture, and expression. He learned that comedy could be crafted through posture, facial nuance, and precise timing rather than dialogue alone. This understanding became a hallmark of his work, allowing him to create universally accessible performances that transcended language barriers. Physical comedy became both a skill and a refuge, enabling him to convey humor and emotion in ways that were uniquely his own. First steps on the stage. Rowan's early stage experiences provided a laboratory for experimentation. In 1976, he performed with the Oxford Revue at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe, presenting sketches that showcased his emerging style. The performances received varied reactions, but the feedback was invaluable. Audiences and critics began to notice the originality, control, and creativity in his work. These formative experiences taught Rowan the importance of persistence, adaptation, and resilience, helping him understand that success often required repeated effort and refinement. Early radio work and skill development. After completing his studies in 1978, Rowan ventured into radio, creating a series in which he portrayed multiple characters. The program allowed him to hone his versatility and comedic range, exploring character work without relying solely on physical presence. Although the series reached a limited audience, it demonstrated his creativity and discipline. During this period, he also collaborated with fellow Oxford performers, building confidence in a supportive environment and developing the tools that would later define his unique comedic voice. Learning through characters. One of Rowan's most important realizations during this period was the power of character. He discovered that assuming different personas allowed him to communicate effectively and naturally, freeing him from self-consciousness. Characters provided a vehicle for expression, enabling him to convey humor and emotion while navigating the complexities of performance. This insight would become central to his approach, shaping his distinctive ability to inhabit roles completely and deliver performances with precision and subtlety. Refining the craft. As Rowan's career developed, he maintained a commitment to precision and excellence. Each sketch required careful planning, rehearsal, and execution. He approached performance as a craft, blending creativity with meticulous attention to detail. This dedication allowed him to maintain high standards and deliver memorable performances consistently. Behind the scenes, his process involved collaboration, experimentation, and constant refinement, demonstrating that great comedy is built on both inspiration and effort. Reinventing television comedy. After initial success, Rowan explored new formats and genres, co-creating a historical sitcom that offered fresh comedic opportunities. The first series faced challenges, but instead of abandoning the project, Rowan and his collaborators reworked it, simplifying structure and enhancing the writing. The resulting show achieved both critical acclaim and popular appeal, demonstrating Rowan's ability to adapt and innovate. The project highlighted his willingness to experiment, embrace constructive feedback, and approach each performance with thoughtful creativity. Blending humor and humanity. The series evolved to include moments of depth and reflection, balancing humor with thoughtful storytelling. These episodes resonated with audiences, revealing Rowan's ability to blend comedy with emotion. Through careful timing, character work, and storytelling, he created moments that were both entertaining and meaningful. This ability to evoke laughter while engaging viewers' empathy became a hallmark of his work, showcasing the versatility and subtlety that distinguished his performances. Global recognition. The creation of a near-silent character in 1990 marked a turning point in Rowan's career, bringing him international fame. The character's reliance on physical comedy and minimal dialogue allowed audiences worldwide to connect instantly. The universal appeal of the performance demonstrated Rowan's mastery of timing, gesture, and expression. It also highlighted the strength of subtle humor, proving that laughter transcends language. Through this character, Rowan became a global icon, admired for his originality, skill, and dedication to the craft, managing physical and emotional demands. Although the character brought fame and acclaim, it also demanded considerable effort. Each episode required precise control of movement, facial expression, and timing, often leaving Rowan physically and mentally exhausted. Despite the challenges, he approached his work with professionalism, commitment, and artistry, recognizing that the value of the performance lay in its impact on audiences. Rowan's approach emphasized that success in comedy is not accidental, but the result of preparation, discipline, and creative insight. Advocacy and courage beyond performance. Rowan has engaged with public life thoughtfully, advocating for freedom of expression and respectful debate. He has demonstrated calm, quick thinking in extraordinary circumstances, reflecting his ability to act decisively and compassionately under pressure. These moments reveal a dimension of character that extends beyond comedy, highlighting his integrity, courage, and attentiveness to the world around him. Continual growth and reflection. Despite international success, Rowan has remained self-reflective and conscientious. He acknowledges the ongoing nature of personal growth, understanding that mastery is not static. He approaches each project with care, emphasizing preparation, reflection, and thoughtful decision-making. This mindset allows him to continue evolving as an artist and individual, demonstrating that even a celebrated career benefits from humility, curiosity, and attention to personal development. Celebrating a 70-year journey. As Rowan reached his 70th birthday, audiences worldwide celebrated not only his work but the dedication and craft behind it. His performances continue to inspire new generations, demonstrating the timeless nature of thoughtful, precise comedy. Fans recognize both the humor and humanity in his work, appreciating the careful construction, empathy, and insight that underpin every role. Rowan's journey illustrates the lasting impact of creativity, perseverance, and intelligent observation. Legacy of artistry and humanity. Rowan Atkinson's story is one of resilience, creativity, and transformation. He has taken personal challenges and turned them into opportunities for expression, using humor as a means of communication and connection. Through his meticulous performances, he has shown that art can transcend language and culture, offering joy and insight across generations. His legacy is one of human ingenuity, subtlety, and dedication, proof that vulnerability can be transformed into enduring art, and that thoughtful observation can create laughter that resonates worldwide. The human behind the laughter. Even as an international star, Rowan remains deeply human. He continues to value quiet reflection, personal growth, and thoughtful engagement with the world. His career exemplifies the balance between discipline and imagination, seriousness and playfulness. Audiences see the perfected performances, but beneath the surface lies a lifelong commitment to learning, experimenting, and evolving. Rowan's story reminds us that true artistry comes not from perfection alone, but from courage, resilience, and the willingness to explore every facet of human experience, balancing art and well-being. A consistent theme in Rowan's life is the balance between professional dedication and personal well-being. He has chosen projects thoughtfully, pacing himself to maintain both creativity and health. This approach illustrates a sustainable model for artistic careers, emphasizing quality, intentionality, and self-awareness. By balancing ambition with care, Rowan demonstrates that longevity in any craft is rooted in respect for personal limits as much as in talent or opportunity. Continuing relevance. Even decades into his career, Rowan remains relevant in popular culture. His performances continue to resonate, his characters retain iconic status, and his creative influence persists. This enduring relevance reflects both the timeless quality of his work and his ability to adapt to changing audiences, technologies, and cultural contexts. Rowan's story exemplifies how artistry, rooted in observation, discipline, and creativity, can continue to inspire long after initial success. Reflection on a unique journey. Rowan Atkinson's life is a testament to persistence, creativity, and self-discovery. From his early years of quiet observation to his rise as a global comedic icon, he has demonstrated that challenges can be transformed into opportunities, and that careful craft can amplify innate talent. His journey underscores the importance of resilience, imagination, and the willingness to take risks while remaining true to one's values and strengths. Conclusion. Legacy of laughter and humanity. Rowan Atkinson's legacy is multifaceted. He is an innovator, a meticulous craftsman, and a beloved performer whose work spans generations. More than that, he exemplifies how intelligence, creativity, and persistence can shape not only a career but a life of meaning. By turning personal challenges into artistic expression, he has provided joy and insight to millions, leaving a lasting imprint on the world of comedy. His story reminds us that human resilience, imagination, and careful observation can transform ordinary experiences into extraordinary art, making the world brighter, one laugh at a time.